Hey there, welcome back to Quiz 12. We hope you're doing well and having a great day. You up for a challenge? Sounds good. We've got 12 questions looking for 12 answers. Before we start, we'd like to thank you for stopping by to Quiz 12. It's a calmer way to take a quiz. There's no flashing lights, images, or garish music. Just a quiet, calm setting to concentrate and to learn something about the answers too. Thanks for joining us. Let's get into today's Quiz 12. Today's quiz, U.S. states. Number 1. Delaware was the first state admitted. What state was second? Was it Maryland, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, or New York? The answer is Pennsylvania. Delaware gets all the glory for being the first state admitted due to being the first to ratify the U.S. Constitution. But Pennsylvania is a close second, a very close second, as Pennsylvania ratified on December 12, 1787, only 5 days after Delaware. New Jersey followed suit 6 days later on December 18th, and these are the only three to ratify the Constitution in the same year that it was written. Number 2. How many states does the Appalachian Trail span? Is it 8, 11, 14, or 17? The answer is 14. Many have walked parts of it. Fewer have walked the entire 2,192-mile distance. On average, it can take between 5 and 7 months to complete it entirely. It trails through 14 states: Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Maryland, West Virginia, Virginia, Tennessee, North Carolina, and Georgia. However you pronounce it, Appalachian or Appalachian, it's still a really long trail. Have you walked the trail? Let us know. Number 3. As of 2022, which state has the lowest population? Is it Vermont, Wyoming, North Dakota, or Alaska? The answer is Wyoming. The beautiful state of Wyoming is home to just under 600,000 residents. Land-wise, it's a pretty big state, so it averages only about 6 persons per square mile. But the scenery there, it's breathtaking. Number 4. What was the first state to enter the Union after the original 13 colonies? Was it Kentucky, Tennessee, West Virginia, or Vermont? The answer is Vermont. Remember, this is after the original 13 colonies. Vermont did it first in 1791, but not without its share of drama. New York State still had a claim that Vermont land was still a part of New York. Now, Vermont had been basically running itself since 1777 and had even declared itself an independent country with its own constitution, as well as issuing coinage in the 1780s. It was legally straightened out in October of 1790, and Vermont joined the U.S. in March of 1791. 2 fun facts. The name Vermont is the combined French words vert and mont, which means green mountain. And the original 1777 name for their country? The Republic of New Connecticut. That name lasted for 6 months. Number 5. Which state entered the Union less than 3 months before the Civil War began? Was it Kansas, West Virginia, Minnesota, or Oregon? The answer is Kansas. Kansas was admitted on January 29, 1861, just a matter of weeks before the outbreak of the Civil War on April 12th. Kansas is the 34th state, and though its topography is mostly on the flat side, its highest point is actually 4,039 feet. That's Mount Sunflower on the western border, and Kansas is known as the Sunflower State. and sunflowers can be found growing in every county of the state. Number 6. How many states were admitted to the Union during the one and only term of Benjamin Harrison? Was it 0, 2, 4, or 6? The answer is 6. Benjamin Harrison, our 23rd president, isn't so well known or remembered, and he served only one term between 1889 and 1893. But it was a busy time for state expansion as 6 new states joined the Union. They were North Dakota, South Dakota, Montana, Washington, Idaho, and Wyoming, and 4 of them joined in November of 1889. That was a busy time for flag makers. Number 7. What was the first state to be readmitted after the Civil War? Was it Virginia, Tennessee, Texas, or Louisiana? The answer is Tennessee. It was Tennessee in 1866, 1 year after the end of the Civil War. To be readmitted, a state would need to ratify all the new amendments that had been added to the Constitution. By 1870, all states had rejoined. Number 8. How many state flags have stars on them? Is it 9, 15, 23, or 31? The answer is 23. Doesn't matter how many stars, and quite a few of our state flags have them. For those of you keeping score, they are Massachusetts, North Carolina, Rhode Island, Georgia, New Hampshire, Tennessee, Ohio, Indiana, Mississippi, Illinois, Maine, Missouri, Arkansas, Texas, California, Oregon, Kansas, Minnesota, Nevada, North Dakota, Utah, Alaska, and Arizona. And for those of you not keeping score, well, now you know which ones too. Number 9. Which of the original 13 colonies was last to ratify the Constitution? Was it North Carolina, Rhode Island, New York, or South Carolina? The answer is Rhode Island. Rhode Island really took its time with this one, as they did not ratify the Constitution until May of 1790. Now, George Washington, he had already been president for 14 months at that point. Number 10. Which state contains the lowest elevation point in the U.S.? Is it Florida, Louisiana, Nevada, or California? The answer is California. Oh, it's most definitely California. New Orleans, Louisiana may be 8 feet below sea level, but California is home to Death Valley with an elevation of 282 feet below sea level. That's pretty low lying. Not really sure we can call that an elevation, but there you go. Number 11. Which state has the highest average elevation? Is it Wyoming, Utah, Colorado, or Idaho? The answer is Colorado. States definitely have their high points and low points, but Colorado is the most consistent with the highest elevations. The state has an average elevation of 6,860 feet. Nearby Wyoming is number 2 at 6,396 feet, and 6 states have an average elevation of 5,200 feet or more. And number 12. Which state shares a border with only one other state? Is it Maine, Alaska, Washington, or Florida? The answer is Maine. It's Maine, and the only U.S. state it borders is New Hampshire. It's not exactly in the middle of nowhere, though, as it does border two Canadian provinces, Quebec and New Brunswick, and it's a ferry ride away from Nova Scotia. Fun fact, Maine originally was an unconnected part of Massachusetts before 1820, when it was admitted on its own as part of the Missouri Compromise. It's also the only state name with one syllable. Well, that's going to do it for today's Quiz 12. Check out our other quizzes and let us know how you did in the comments below. Thanks for joining us, and remember, never stop learning. Have a great day.